Ladies and gentlemen, you have now tuned in to the production studio of S.STREET Media. S.STREET Media brings you the Jim Over Radio Show, an alternative means of psychedelic masturbation. How are you doing today? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Oh my gosh, we are here, S.STREET Media, like I just said, in the confines of Brooklyn, Queens, whichever way your GPS tells you that we are. We're somewhere in between there, but you know, we're not too far from the L train or the whatever train that might be in the neighborhood. How have y'all been? I know y'all been wondering where Will J. Biggs has been. You know, I've been, doing my thing, and then, I'm always in and out of people and stuff, and, not like that, but I'm always got people here, then they're not here, and then someone else is here. But the most consistent thing is your boy Willie Biggs is always here, and it's always good to see everyone. So I hope everyone is doing good and staying cough free and shit, and no insurrection or masturbation or anything else that's gonna be going on there tonight. But we'll see, because it's still fucking early. So, I hope everyone has been doing well, and we got some things to talk about and bullshit about, and I can't really get off on this champagne, but it'll do what it does for about another sip or two before we get to the real stuff, but it'll work.
The real stuff.
But let's go ahead and introduce a couple of folks before we get started. This girl over here, right here, she's a newbie to the scene of podcasting, but she's learning. She is going to be sensational sooner or later, and everyone loves her. She's such a fan favorite. Well, she's becoming one, from what I hear, but I have to take her word for it. Lady Earth is up in the building. Hello, Earth. Hello, Earth.
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing, Will?
Oh, I can't hear you because you weren't talking to you. Wow, that sounds even better than the first time you said it. I still can't hear you.
I don't know. How you doing?
Oh, there you go.
You can hear me now.
You sound much better. Wow. How you been, Earth? What you been doing?
I've been here, there, not everywhere because it's COVID. Just working.
Shit, everyone always got an excuse. But yeah, I hear you though. I hear you. And also our special guest for the night is an old friend of mine, which I wish she'd stop sliding things on the table because we can hear it. Okay. And I have known this lady for, I don't know, a few years. I guess. Few years. She was an adult film actress. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure depending on if the offer is right, she might do it still, maybe not. But adult film actress and entrepreneur and businesswoman, Vanessa Smilez. Hello, Vanessa Smilez. And you can just look at her and you can see why she's Vanessa Smilez.
Oh,
how
God.
you been, honey? Yeah, and if you look on the page, you go to her Instagram and Facebook and stuff like that, or just look on Instagram and see the page. You see her in one of her attires and her black sheer,
And there's more to come. There's a lot of ideas.
No pun
a lot of things.
intended. I'm sorry.
And pun intended. There's more to come. Pun intended. Absolutely.
Wow.
Literally more to come. But no, I've graduated from being on camera to being behind the camera to editing to producing to hiring.
Oh wow. Spitting them out, huh?
Yeah, licensing.
I didn't mean it
that.
like that.
So it's. I mean, I've been doing this for quite some time now, but now it's about me elevating what I've already created. Sometimes if you do something for so long, sometimes people get comfortable. People get complacent. They don't want to change. They don't want to do anything different. Or they just are okay with where they are. But then there's no growth when you get to that space. So I'm just in the place of revising and growing. Just trying to make it better.
Was there ever a point for you when you said, I don't want to do this shit anymore?
Oh, yeah, it was. That's why I went to straight producing. And I decided not to be on camera. There's a lot of things that I think about when it comes to being in the adult industry, to being on camera, to doing porn and stuff like that. Like, a lot of people don't think about things as they go into it.
To the mic,
oh,
baby.
sorry.
There
a lot of people don't think about things as they go into it. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm saying, wow.
They don't think about these things. These things are extremely, extremely important. So for me, in the porn industry, when I went in, I was very young. You know, I was 19 years old when I made my first video. So I was excited. You know, I was in a relationship. So things were different. And then as I started to grow older, things in my life changed outside of that. So my perspective changed. My goals changed. My aspirations changed. So because those changes happening, I had to make adjustments, you know, around that to get the ball rolling. So for me, because I wanted more and I wanted bigger, I started looking at, you know, I kept saying this is $1 billion industry. Why should I only get pennies? Why should I only be a hundredaire? You know, you know, it's not fair. So I started looking at the people who's making the big bucks, who's bringing in the big checks. What are these people doing? And I started to study all of the people around me. And honestly, it's allowed me to grow and, you know, do more and, you know, keep growing. So what's
really interesting about you, V, is that certain porn people you can look at and you can just kind of just see you're always just going to be that, or you're always going to be associated with that. You actually just have a different look, a mature look, and
don't say that. You're shying away my fans. They don't see me that way. Like, that's not how they see me. They think that I'm a young busty bitch that just got big titties and just can suck dick. Like, that's all they need to know.
There's nothing wrong with that. We're all fans of that.
That's all they need to know. They don't need to know anything other than my pussy's tight. It's clean. That I get fucked on the internet. Yes. You know why? I don't let things inside of it. Ba-doom. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I let the right things inside of it. Let me say that.
What are some of the right things?
Good dick, big dick, secure dick.
Well, what's big dick for someone like you?
Dick. Like, let me not say big, because people get hung up on big. Big is relative. Okay. Some people would say, you know, certain girls who wear like a B cup has big titties, but it's based on how it looks on that girl, based on how it's, you know, packaged on that woman.
But you're not a B cup.
I'm not a B cup. Like, some dudes would see my titties and they'd be like, "Oh, that's too much for me, bitch. You gotta go." That's too many titties for me. Some dudes just like, "Oh my god, that's enough. That's amazing." Some dudes will look at me and they're just like, "Nope, not enough titties."
I can't see with the shirt and the way
the zhuzh.
Oh.
The zhuzh.
Oh yeah, I like that. Woo, that's not for me.
The zhuzh. There you go. It's a little.
Are they heavy? What size are your rack?
Okay. It depends on the bra that I'm wearing. I buy my bras from Lane Bryant, so my current size,
if you talk more,
is a 38H.
H.
I can go to F, and no, H is too high, so I can go to F and G, 38G and 38F. H, those bras are starting to get a little bit bigger because I am working out. I'm trying to grow physically as well, so yeah, my H bras I don't really wear as much, but F and G, 38. Yeah,
how did I get so big?
Over time, literally. In high school, I just was growing a cup every single year. Like, niggas was thinking I was just like 18 and I was like 16 and I was still in these streets in East New York. Oh my God. Terrible. Wow. But for me, I grew up being a younger girl around a lot of older dudes, but I didn't have a sexual relationship with any of these guys. They see me like their little sister. So it's kind of like, I never got a chance to have that sexual connection. As soon as I turned 18 and went to college, I just started living in Miami and exploring. And Miami was a huge stripper culture. So I just started to I didn't want to be a stripper because I'm like, nope, that's too much. That's too tiring for me. I can't do that. And then so I was just like, okay, videos, that can work. These guys make money. You make a video, you sell it. I don't have to consistently fuck anybody. I don't have to, you know, tell him how much I like him for him to give me money. No, it's a video. It's done. I can, you know, move forward. People get tested, all those things. So I thought for me, I could explore sexual fantasies that I had and also earn a little bit of money. So, yeah.
So you kind of answered it because I was going to ask you, like, what age did you start? But, like, what made you hit that industry? Like, you know, most young people, you know, McDonald's, they want to do H&M, you know, but how did you, I think that's great because that's great money.
And, you know, I never X'd out those ideas either. Like, when I was young and I was in college, the first job that I had when I moved to Miami, I worked at Macy's. Anybody who lived in Miami or is in Miami, you know about Aventura Mall. I worked at Macy's at Aventura Mall in the Coach section,
but how
selling
did you
Coach bags.
Get to, like, what in your mind while you're working at Macy's made you think, I think I want to do porn?
Ironically, I know if people don't really even know this that much. Like, only people who went to my school know. Black China went to my college.
Okay.
I went to She was working at King of Diamonds. Everybody on campus was talking about her. Everybody was going crazy. And then there's also this girl named Tip Drill who fell off a pole. So at that time, so
what was her name?
This girl named Tip Drill. So everybody was talking about it like at that time. So it was like a big buzz about certain women in Miami making a lot of money. And I was like, damn. And I started looking into it. I'm like, what do? They strip. I'd be going out to clubs. I'd be seeing women strip. And I'm like, damn, this is great. But I don't want to be a stripper. I'm not dancing with dollar bills. Nothing against people who do. I just don't have the cardio exercise background to do that. No. But I still wanted to do something that I was comfortable with. So I started going on Craigslist, started going on Backpage, just looking at gigs or ways to make money. And, people talked about escorting. And I knew that there was some ramifications with that. Okay. So for me, the most structured section in the adult industry was porn for me. Like the most area where there was like, order and stuff like that, it was porn. People get tested. People, they pay people to do stuff. So, I mean, that's kind of how I was just like, okay, this makes sense. These people. And even, it's still a risk. Not saying it's not. It's still an absolute risk. And you have to have that mindset to know that. Is
it easier for women to get into the industry than men?
Oh, absolutely.
It is.
Absolutely. And I feel bad sometimes because I have guys hit me up all the time. And, like, honestly, when I get to a certain space, I will be hiring, raw talent, which is good because people want to see new people. Faces. Right. But when it comes to guys really have to prove themselves. And even I've made financial mistakes. Just, hiring guys and, they can't perform or they throw up or,
Throw up.
They like, they get their dick bit in the room. Like, it's...
Well, why are they getting their dick bit? I don't understand that.
Well, the dick biting came from, so I have a site that I'm relaunching as well, which is Ratchet BJ's. That's the first site that I created that I'm not on. It's just videos that I've shot, filmed, produced, and edited. But yes, I shot a scene in the Bronx with this guy from Queens. He was from Baisley Projects, if anybody know where that is. So he's like a little bit of a nigga. And there was a girl, black girl, BBW, from, her name was Kaya Bella. She was from Connecticut. And so she's doing a blowjob scene. That's what she was supposed to do. She's just doing a blowjob scene. So she's going in, females get their own little rhythm. And she, like bites the tip of his dick. Like she just like nibbles on it, like just a little bit. And he just jumps up like, ah. And he was like, oh my God, what the fuck, you just did my dick? And she's like, oh, you don't like that? He's just like, no. Like, no, I'm not with that shit. But it's crazy because these are two people coming from two different worlds coming together to make a scene. She's from Connecticut. She's dealing with white dudes and all different types of fetishes. So, and where she's coming from, they like shit like that, that's what they enjoy. And he's just like, nah, I just want my dick sucked. Like, he's just like, just a nigga. So it's a different experience for him. But you have to figure out how to still bring something out of two people coming together from like two different
So this places. Whole site is cats would just gives. This whole site is just lousy blowjobs.
All kinds of blowjobs outside, inside, throat fucking, deep throating, and even strap-on scenes too. Like, so I have like a couple strap-on scenes where it's a female like sucking off the strap-on and stuff like that. So it's nice.
Oh goodness gracious!
Adults entertainment.
But I'm actually researching now because I want to find out more things to do, things that haven't been done yet. Like just ways for people to get pleased that they haven't been pleased before. So
stud on stud lesbian sex. Ooh. Please.
What is it? What is it? Earth?
Okay.
What did you say?
S for S.
Oh.
No. What's
stud for stud?
Okay.
Stud for stud.
Yeah. So usually in the LGBTQ and the rest of the letters, it's a more dominant female and a more feminine female.
Mm-hmm. You have to talk into the mic.
The lipstick lesbians, who are the two feminines, but it's rare, and I mean it's becoming more of a. People are kind of opening up more to it. Mm-hmm. I mean, I always say I had to come out twice. I had to come out twice as a lesbian, and then I had to come out as a lesbian who was tomboyish, who like boys. So that's not really accepted, especially for the older cats. So because I watched porn too, I look for that.
Yeah.
And it's just so disappointing. I actually think lesbian sex is boring on
I
tape.
know.
It is. I'm sorry. It's for you men.
Yeah.
It's not. It's y'all. I don't know who's directing, but y'all need a lesbian to direct
What is
that.
what is my inner lesbian like? What is my inner lesbian?
Your inner lesbian?
Yeah. I'm a what?
You would be, I guess, more the aggressor who
You
would
think?
be going after the feminine. You don't really have a kind of softness to you. So.
Really?
But you're a dude. Why are we even talking about this?
But I'm saying because I have an inner lesbian.
So you can be an honorary lesbian. You
But
like
but I
females.
need to know what type I am.
So you would be considered. I don't know if you were your inner lesbian.
What's my inner lesbian like?
I don't
it
know.
depends.
Like, you have to be a lesbian to have an inner lesbian.
Right.
I would assume.
I'm just
Like, I always talk about big dick energy, right? As much as I would love to have big dick energy, like, as much as I would love to have that, like, I can't have that. I don't.
She's not set up like that.
I don't. Yeah.
I have big dick energy. It is.
Now,
It's nice.
question to you:
Mm-hmm.
when has your big dick energy worked for you?
I don't understand the question. I meant, I guess when I get hard, perhaps.
And then I pass over. No, I ask this because, like, guys always say, like, women have an advantage because they're using their boobs, or they're using, their dick sucking skills, or they're using,
Do you have any of those?
Huh?
Do you have any of those?
What, get dick sucking skills? Of course. This is why people love Vanessa Smilez. Of course. I don't even think people. There's some people, honestly, who come to my site just for blowjobs. Like, and I never even. It's so crazy because when I started this, I didn't know how to suck dick. Like, I didn't know. Like, I didn't suck dick until I was 19. Like, until like I started to get in films. Like, I had lost my virginity before that, but I wasn't sucking dick yet. And so initially, I didn't even know how to suck dick. The person who I was in a relationship with at the time, who I started, working in the industry with, he taught me how to suck his dick because I was just like, well, what do I do? He's just like,
He
well,
says,
put it in your mouth.
wrong.
And I was
Keep
just
try it
like,
again.
okay.
Try it again. Just try it again.
I was like, okay. And then I was just like, look, like this. He's just like, yeah, just keep going. I think, though, that kids in band camp have something going on. I feel like the reason why my dick sucking skills went to the level that it went to is because I did play trumpet in high school.
Oh,
I don't know if it has something to do with
It
dick
could.
sucking, but they always made that association with band camp and dick sucking. And then I just said, like, oh my God, I became a porn star and I'm good at sucking dick. I played the trumpet. Like, I don't know how to put these two things together. Now, when I was playing the trumpet in high school, never in my mind did I think that I would be, doing
Sucking dick.
Right.
Wow.
But I just, they make that band camp association all the time. So I wonder.
Never heard of it, but I'll keep it in mind.
But no, but you pressing your mouth on the horn. But
Right.
but where does the open the mouth?
Like
Where does that part come in?
That's I think that for me comes honestly from swimming.
I don't see the connection.
Because it's like a breathing thing. Because when someone's sucking dick and they're like sucking dick for an extended period of time, they're closing off their
Are you
breathing
listening?
from their mouth.
I'm listening.
Oh, I just make it.
Even if you eat pussy, same shit.
Yeah.
Like there is a level of like, because there's some dudes who can't eat pussy because they feel like they're getting suffocated.
Yeah, you got it.
Or females, whatever it
Yeah.
is. Like like sometimes when it comes to oral sex, I feel like it's more than just you putting your tongue out or opening your mouth. There's a rhythm that goes with that.
Yes.
There's a emotion. There's a it's more than just I think
skill.
Yes, it is a skill. If you're doing it right. If you're doing it wrong, obviously you don't give a fuck.
Shoot.
I do my shit right.
That's all I'm saying.
I'm done.
But I'm like,
Listen,
whether
I'ma
you
just
eating
say
pussy or
right
you
now.
sucking dick, it's more, and that's why people don't understand. Like, niggas be like, oh, suck my dick, or bitches be like, eat my pussy, or just even vice versa. Females say it to Jews, but it's just like people don't understand. That's for me now in my life. I'm realizing that sometimes certain sexual acts are tokens of love. It's tokens of showing, like, because it's more than just a dick suck. A bitch suck your dick or you just gonna smack the shit out of her. No, she took time to suck your dick. Like, that doesn't, or a female eat your pussy, like, or then you mad at her, like, she just ate your pussy. Like,
I can appreciate the appreciation.
Yes.
I mean, but she took her time not to suck your dick. I mean, I get it. But the thing about it is that is there really care when you're sucking dick, or is it what? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what the hell I'm asking. I'm just saying. I mean, is there really care in sucking dick, or is it just a afterthought? Just a prerequisite.
There's a care because for me, well, there's a care, and also I'm selfish. Always, And I'm reading this book right now.
We can't hear you if you don't talk.
Sorry, I'm selfish. Mm-hmm. But yes, I am the type of person who I like to, worry about myself. So for me, I always kind of really like to get a person to their weak spot. I like to, please them in a way that just breaks them down and just takes off those barriers, takes off those layers. So, and sexually, sometimes you can do that with people. You can bring people to those places by doing certain things physically. So it becomes more than just doing the motion, because you could just suck dick or eat pussy, and it's not gonna, the person could just be laying there. But if you do something different or do something that they haven't experienced, you could affect them like in a different way. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When was the last time you did any movies?
Oh man, you talking about 2000? This is like right before I came to DTF.
Oh,
like right around the time when I when I started.
Well, since this station is not that station, I don't know how long that is, dear.
That I mean, I'm just stating timeline. So this would have to be like right around 2016 was the last time.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 2016. So it's been quite some time. It's been a minute, and for me, I'm okay with that, because I feel like for me, I've been able to, make enough content when I was filming to now still be able to release content that people have never seen before. And I plan to do some things in the future. It may not be like penetration, or may not be like, sucking dick, but there'll be a lot of fun stuff that I definitely want to start doing.
Don't let's not get hasty. Don't leave that in there.
But no, it's fine, because you know what? There are so many like people who are talented sexually that I do think it's important to explore and to film and to show. And there's new categories. There's new,
like what?
Like even what we were just talking about, like, stud stuff. And then there's also, different forms of, like, now they have gonzo scenes, how people are doing those. It's just, there's different categories. People are exploring a lot more. So I feel like it's important for me to be able to work with these people and showcase these things in the best light. I feel like people who haven't been in porn can't film porn scenes. I know that sounds like it's taking shots. I know a lot of people in my live right now. I'm not taking shots at nobody. But I feel like if you've never been in a porn film, or you've never like been on the opposite side of the camera where the lens is looking at you, I don't think that you'll be able to truly film porn.
Even if you watch it like constantly all the time, like every day? No, I'm playing.
That could be an input, but maybe that's just my perception now. Obviously, people at Bang Bros and Brazzers and all that kind of stuff, obviously, none of those people are going to agree with me, because you have these people who, have huge productions, and they have sometimes 50 people like on set, for a scene and stuff like that. And I'm sure the guy who's holding the mic standing over just to get the sound effects, he's never been in a porn film. You can look at some of these people, you can tell like they haven't been in a porn film, obviously, but they're still able to produce stuff. So I'm not knocking that can't happen, but for me, I feel like when it comes to films, it's a vision, it's a a vibe, it's an energy, it's a direction. So there has to be some level of experience, maybe not so much actually being in the films, but having enough experience. Let me say that.
What is direction? What would be direction for a porn scene?
Oof. Direction for a porn scene. It's going to be a combination of three things: the energy between the people, the mission that you have as the producer, what you want to accomplish, and I would say, what would be the third thing between you and them? And probably just the last thing would just be the aesthetics in the room, like, lights, audio, whether she's doggy style or on her knees, that kind of stuff. But, that combination and that connection that you have to have with the people that you're filming is extremely important. You have to even also get, your actors comfortable enough to be able to, relax. A lot of dudes, they were very excited to have me film them, because they used to feel like, some of these dudes would be like, I feel like I'm in a threesome, even though I'm not fucking you, but it's two bitches in the room and I'm getting my dick sucked. Like they just enjoy just the fact that, there's two females in the room. Some dudes, they can't have a dude film their shit. They just want females in the room. And then there's some females, if they're doing like a lesbian scene or whatever the case may be, they don't want men in the room. They just want a female to film it. So like, and it vice versa. And then sometimes there's certain dudes who they don't want nobody in the room. They just want them and the female. So it really depends on the comfort level of people. But
so, this is something I always want to know. So when you're in the scene, you say fuck me. Do you mean it?
I can't.
I'm just wondering if she actually means it.
Question, no?
Me or people.
Well, if you say it, do you mean
if
it?
I say it, I mean it. If I'm saying fuck me hard in the scene, yes, I'm saying I mean it. When people look at me, I don't have a professional porn career. I've never filmed for a professional company at all. All of the companies, I've only filmed for, honestly, like, it's no more than like 4 or 5 companies, and even like 2 of those was content trade where I got, access to the films and stuff like that. Everything that I've done has been amateur work with people who I've met, people who just, put together great shit. So when I chose these people, I chose them because they're vibes. I chose them because I like them as people. I chose them because I was attracted to them. So for me, I said that if I'm going to do this and I'm going to get into the porn industry and I'm going to make videos, I have to do something I like. I have to do something I enjoy. I have to do it with people that I enjoy doing it with. So for me, it's a genuine reaction, a genuine response. So some responses not warranted, because I look back at some of my videos and I'm like, oh my God.
Wow.
Why did I say that? Why was I? Why?
So there have been times when the scene's over, I still want to keep fucking. Fuck this. Like, come on, man. What are we doing?
There's some scenes that I had to like really cut up because, like, when I first got into the industry, I was filming a lot of scenes with my ex, and we were filming a lot. We would, travel, and we were already fucking. Like, we all
had lots of practice already.
So we were
practice some more.
Exactly. So sometimes we just throw the camera up and just capture, what we were, and I think that's probably why it became so popular too, because people looked at the porn and they were just like, oh my God, damn, this bitch is going in. But I'm going in not only because I'm enjoying what I'm doing, because I'm enjoying who I'm doing it for.
You're comfortable.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So I think that level of comfort in people is important. Extremely, extremely important.
Now, since we've been having the pandemic and stuff like that, what's kind of changed with the industry itself, and how does it deal pandemically? Ooh.
The last film that I actually shot for my BJ site was right before the pandemic started. So this was last year in March, I want to say, and we filmed in Queens. I forgot the name of the hotel. It was like in Queens on Astoria, Queens Boulevard.
Oh yeah, the whore inn.
Yeah, right, like one of them. One of those whore inns.
I just
knew that name.
Never mind.
Someone's been visiting,
right? Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But no, yeah. So it was right before the pandemic, and the girl who I was working with was Amani Seduction. Shout out to her. She's amazing. She's based in California, so she's doing a lot of great stuff.
I fucked her.
Yes, but no, we filmed a BJ scene for my site that has not been released. Okay, it has not been released, so you guys will see that soon. But yeah, we filmed that, and we were talking about the pandemic, and she had actually shot some scenes that she showed me, and she was showing me like doing the mask thing, her coming into the room being the cleaning lady. So people who are smart are using the COVID thing to their advantage. Now you can go to X videos right now, and some people being lazy about it. Some people just have like some, regular ass videos, like a nigga and a female just fucking, and they just put COVID-19 in the title just to get clicks. But people will click that and they're like, okay, this is some bullshit. Like it has nothing to do with the COVID-19 theme. Like you're not putting your all into it. You know what I'm saying? So, some people are taking it and using it to their advantage as far as like into their storyline, into their plot, into their, costumes and all that kind of stuff. And then some people are just using it for clickbait. So, I mean, honestly, COVID-19 doesn't really change the game too much for porn stars, because real porn stars who care about their lives and who are protected, they get tested all the time anyways. Real porn stars are at the doctors getting STD testing 14 days before their, shoots, a couple 3 to 5 days before they shoot sometimes, and also after their shoots as well. So testing requirements for porn stars who are serious about their health and serious about their work, that has never been, it's nothing for us to stick a stick up our nose, because we are always constantly doing blood tests and also other forms of STD testing just to make sure that we're always, clean and healthy before we engage in any type of activities, So
How do you navigate in those scenes when you're doing I guess a gangbang or something like that? How do you are you able, like it's like producing a show. It's like I got to deal with all my.
Let me tell you what it's called. It's called Hennessy, my friend.
Oh, I heard that.
That's what it's called.
Wait, what's it called?
It's called Hennessy.
You know I'm going to look you up though, right?
Oh, please do.
I am
Baby,
I want your
please do.
honest opinion.
Trust
I'll
me.
give her
I
your
have
I'll give her her
a
opinion.
So I
shit.
want
You do?
Yes.
I
want you to
I've heard
give
your
me
name before, but I didn't know. But I'm listening.
good,
Trust me, I'm banking
Well, you're not
everything
supposed
right
to say
now.
that on air. You're supposed to know something about your subject.
No,
You're
I
not
know.
saying-
I love an
her name.
honest reaction.
I know the name. I've never watched her work, but now I'm gonna
And
watch
that
her
means you're
work.
really gonna like my friend Miss Beauty though. She's on my show too. That's gonna be coming to S.STREET Media
Okay.
very soon. But yeah. Beauty doll.
even had to say, whoop.
Yeah, she goes in, like, even when she's eating pussy, all that stuff. Like she's crazy. She's good though.
All right.
Do any of them
She goes
want
crazy.
to
Listen,
with me?
Listen. What are you really?
I can't say. I don't know.
Vanessa, I don't
can't
know if we
speak
could
for they
work. I
pussies.
don't know if we could.
I don't speak for their pussies.
can't with you,
I
Will.
can't speak for someone else's pussy.
I don't know about us. B.
Well, see, this is the thing. We always say this,
Okay.
that our genitals have a representative. You know, sometimes your representative speaks before you, gets you into situations you're not supposed to be in, and then your mind like pulls you back. Then you're just like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be like spreading it wide open or anything right now. So you're gonna have to talk to the representative. So your representative is gonna have to get with her representative, and they're gonna have to, you know, have a genital
I love that.
conversation.
The representatives are gonna have to meet.
Yeah.
A meeting of the genitals.
Yes.
There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
There we
Meeting
go.
of the genitals.
I couldn't get with you, Vanessa, because you be laughing because you know me and you be laughing. I'm like, yo, and you're like,
No. I am a wing girl. Okay, I do not stop anybody from having a great time. I want anybody to have a great time around me, and that's another thing. When it came to even filming and shooting, the people who I chose to film with, cool, great vibes. They would, rent houses, and they would, provide all types of paraphernalia, alcohol, that kind of stuff.
Let me ask you, what did your parents, what did your family say?
Mm-hmm.
God rest my father's soul. My father passed away this year. My father did not know about this because he would have murdered me and anybody else who I've slept with.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So God rest my father's soul, who passed away this year. But
Your mom knew?
yes,
And how
I did
was
know. She was cool. My mom,
She was cool.
She accepted it. She probably didn't like it.
Probably didn't. But you know
Probably.
what? Honestly, when you are a respectable human being overall, any actions that you take in your life, people have no choice to respect it.
Right.
And when even at a young age, when I decided to get into the industry, I made sure that there were certain goals and things that I kept.
Right.
Oh, I know that's an occupational hazard. I'm sorry.
No,
Okay.
but yeah, that there's certain goals and stuff that I kept in mind. Like even for me, like staying, in school and graduating from college. I went to Miami to go to school. I can't let porn not let me.
Gotcha.
Even though I'm going to do this thing, let me make sure I graduate from college. Graduated from college, I'm going to make sure I still have a job for tax purposes because I don't have kids yet. But then
Right.
also to make sure that I am growing in my career outside of owning a business.
Did you
and stuff
graduate
like
from
that.
college?
Yes, I did.
Well, what do you have a
be
degree
mad
in?
at that though.
Yes.
Yes.
Johnson
Woo!
and
You have a
Wells.
degree in what?
Johnson and Wells University. Yes.
That's good. No, you can't even be mad at that. Like, I mean, you still handled your everyday, your goals, made sure that you got your education.
Absolutely.
You really can't even be upset at that.
What did you get your degree in?
Hospitality management.
Oh.
Hospitality.
I
There you
wanted
go.
to
She's
at
kinda
that
in the
time
line.
and still do want to own a hotel.
Mm-hmm. The whore in. I'm trying to tell you.
Who knows what it could
sex sells. That might
It
attract.
does.
That name
It
might
does.
attract. So can't even knock it.
I just think that sometimes, and even I say this even when it comes to like people who smoke weed and stuff like that. Some people, they look down at people who smoke weed because they sit there and say like, oh, people who smoke weed are lazy, they don't get up. No. Whoever you are, that's who you are. If you don't do shit all day, when you smoke weed, you're not going to do shit anyway.
Regardless, yes,
But if
exactly.
you smoke weed and you got shit to do anyways, you're going to smoke weed and you're going to still handle your business. You're still going to pay your bills. You're still going to, do all these things. So I think that, based on what somebody engages in is not enough to judge on who somebody is. Look at their actions. Look what they accomplish. Look what they do, I fight those battles all the time because for me, sometimes people look at porn stars and they associate you in a certain way. And I allow people to do that because for me, I know what I'm planning to do anyways in my life. So your perception is, it is what it is. It's not my job to change
Ron
it.
Jeremy made a lot of money from
He's
being-
such a
He's such a sweetheart.
Is he?
I was about to say
met
slime
him.
bag.
He looks like a slime bag.
I was gonna say dirt
People
bag.
always, and you know, he does have that slimy.
He
type look.
does.
He
He
was
looks
so
like a-
nice. I can't even like.
He just
Really?
looks like a
him.
dick sandwich.
I met him at Exotica in New
Tony,
Jersey,
he's
and
a
I
dick
was just like, "Oh my
sandwich.
God, Ron Jeremy!" And
Right.
I'm sure he deals with like super top notch porn stars.
course,
So I'm
he's
sure
been
he don't
in
know
the
who the
industry
fuck
for
I
years.
am.
Yeah,
You know, he's
yeah,
just like,
yeah.
"Oh my God, you're beautiful, big boobs," and I was just like,
Did you
"Hey,
did you
doing?"
let him go?
No, he didn't do this, but he gave me a hug. He was just like, "Hi, how you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm Vanessa Smilez."
So he's not a slime bag?
And I walked away. He literally gave me a hug, and we said hi, and that was it.
Okay.
Yeah, that was it. So maybe I didn't get close enough to him for that. Right. Maybe I wasn't his cup of tea, you know what I'm saying? But he was nice. He was sweet, you know, and I worry about that often because I worry about a lot of the people that I worked with getting into these situations where the Me Too movement is involved, because when it comes to the sexual community, you know, people get together and they agree to engage in activities. I've even been in situations where a female agreed to do the video, signed a model release form, got paid cash, and tried to contact me to tell me to take my video down. And try to let me say try, okay?
Well, I mean, she signed a contract, so there's no
tried to tell me I had no right to use my video and this is also based on perception. I had the male, and this is what I usually do. I had a male talent who I was using a lot. He found the girl. He, you know, told her to come, whatever the case would be. When she got there, she met me and all this other kind of stuff. So I guess I really thought it was this. I think that she thought it was his production. Mm-hmm. She thought it was his company, but he didn't have no money to pay for nothing. He didn't have no money to pay for the room.
Gotcha.
He didn't pay for parking.
Gotcha.
He didn't pay for
Gotcha.
the cameras in the room. He didn't pay for nothing. He's getting paid just like you are.
Right.
But she didn't know that, you know. And then when she's seen it, she's just like, well, this is not his site. This who are you? I'm like, I'm the girl who filmed the video. Bitch, you was sucking dick. I was holding the camera in my head
because of me.
What you talking about? But you know, the video stayed up, and you know, I just told her I wasn't taking it down.
She signed a contract. There's no taking it down.
She did as well. And then that's when I had to even be more smarter about my business. I had to look into lawyers. I had to look into. It never escalated to that, but you never know what things could be, you know. Right. And so, like, even when it comes to porn now, there's a lot of people who just shoot shit, film shit, and they just put that shit out there. People be like filming girls and they don't know and shit like that. Like, there's a lot of legal situations that happen behind that. So people got to do their homework, even on that side of the game.
It's a legit industry.
Yeah.
So you
all industries are like, even if you play a song somewhere, you know, YouTube will.
Yeah, copyright infringements. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will.
I think even though a lot of people are, you know, new business people and new, you know, people in business when it comes to entertainment, it's important for us to all like do our homework. Yeah, and teach other people. Like if you find something out, like, hey, this is how you get this off your page, or this is how you know.
Look, these videos I'll be watching.
You got to get head lawyers.
I look at y'all in a whole different light now. I mean, well, you're now behind the scenes, so you're actually doing the brunt work of it. To be honest with you, you being on both sides, which side do you think is easier? Like, do you think being behind the camera or being in front of the camera?
On camera is way easier.
Way easier.
Way easier.
Okay.
You suck dick, you get paid, you go home.
You go home.
Or you eat pussy, you get paid, you go home.
Right.
The producer has to do all of these things. Let me explain this. The producer has to first, before they even get there, contact everyone, get a right rate for everybody, make sure that everybody is agreeing to how much they're getting paid, whatever the compensation is, secure a place, pay for the place, all that kind of stuff, deposits, that kind of stuff. Get everybody there. Before they get everybody there, make sure everybody's tested. Make sure everybody has their results. Everybody's exchanged their results. Stuff, that kind of stuff. Before they even get there, they now have to sign documents, all that kind of stuff. You film, and then you pay everybody. So now you're in debt. You paid everybody. You shot your video. You have a video, but you ain't got no money. Now you have to sell this video. You have to now earn your money back. And then some females or people, even dudes, I've had instances where people are in the video, they got paid to do the scene that day, but then they see the scene doing numbers later on somewhere else.
Explain numbers. And then what does that mean? Like
numbers
viewership?
As far as like viewership, exactly.
Okay.
On X videos, I have 78 million views.
Nice.
And then so some people come back and they look at videos and they're like, damn, this video did 2 million views. Like, where's my money? And I'm just like, well, I paid you when you did the scene, when I hired you. Like, I don't know what you expect me to do for you now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So and even when it comes to like Dave Chappelle had that situation, where he was, in that, and I get it. I get it completely, but I feel like when it comes to certain things, business is still business at the end of the day. It's different. But who talked about this recently? Earthquake. He talked about this recently.
Oh, the fact
he talked about the Dave Chappelle situation. When it comes to stuff like that, it's really base by basis, because this man's legal name is Dave Chappelle. So how are you allowed to sell something that he can't? You know what I'm saying? Versus like somebody being in a porn scene is different. This is not your name. 8 times out of 10, it's not your name, because if you're doing porn, you're not going to use your real name. So nobody knows really who you are, all this other kind of stuff. And if I put all this money behind it and paid you, where does the producer lie?
Right.
Where does the person who put in the money earn money?
So is Vanessa your real name?
Absolutely not.
Oh. Well, what made you pick that name?
I didn't.
Oh.
I did not pick that name. When I was with my ex, the first time that I went to hang out with him at his house, he was just so funny. So he was making me laugh so hard. Yeah, I was laughing the entire time.
That gap.
And we were trying to pick up a name for me. And I was just like, well, what about Smilez? He's like, okay, Vanessa. And I was like, okay, Vanessa Smilez. And then
it stuck.
It just stuck.
Since
2011.
Would it have worked if it was Cindy Smilez? Or
Cindy Smilez?
Or Fendi? Or Felicia?
I don't know.
I think Vanessa sounds good. Vanessa Smilez.
Vanessa sounds so close to my real name. I'll tell you guys my real name off camera, but it sounds very close to my real name. So it works.
It is her real name.
It is.
That name makes her money. That is her real name.
It is.
It looks like it.
It's honestly, it's really stuck. It's just stuck on, and honestly, it is a part of me too, because it is the business side of how I conduct my life.
It's almost like your brand. Yeah, that's your brand.
Yeah.
Well,
little girls from the hood don't even think about brands. We just think about getting
Oh
money.
shit!
But I need to start thinking about things bigger than that. I'm just like,
you're on
my
another
money
level
at?
now,
You
right
know?
now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Were you and when you were in your hump days, were you ever part of the drug scene? Did you use any drug to kind of upper, downer, keep you going?
Well, I'll say this. It's messed up though, because I did do Molly, but it wasn't even for fucking a scene. It was like on some college shit with white girls at my school, and they all were taking all kinds of stuff.
Molly's perfect for porn.
No, not really.
I was way too happy on Molly. It scared me how good I felt. I took it only one time in my life. I never took Molly ever again. No. I felt too good.
Yes.
No.
Way too good. I was like, this is scary. This is addictive. I'm not taking
No,
this.
blow is good if you're in the porn scene. Like blow, like right.
I've had people on set do that. Yep, I've had people. But I've also experienced when people on set do that and then they can't perform. I've had people who drink Hennessy and they can't perform.
Well, because
Hennessy. And then I have, and the reason why I had to, I'll just say this, the reason why I had to change the people I started to work with as I started to grow, there were dudes in the industry who were serious about their work, serious about, their bodies and all that kind of stuff. I'll give some list of some people, Mr. Nuts, Richard Mann, also Mike Dirty, also this nigga Ludus Adonis, he's in a lot of my scenes too. This nigga used to wake up early in the morning in the house. We used to have houses where we used to all get together and film. This nigga would be fucking juicing pineapple 6 o'clock in the morning, and then would bust off like 10 times before he goes to sleep. Yeah. But that's another thing. People think that they could just, I'm gonna just get into porn. Like, no, you have to upkeep your body. There's a maintenance. You got a bullseye camera on your fucking genitals. Like, your shit got to be together, or you gonna look crazy. Like,
I know. I'm getting older. I'm getting older.
Yeah. You gotta pluck every hair that's sticking out. Like, you gonna have to get a nigga wax, all that shit. Like,
it's funny you say that. I got this thing on my dick that I can't. It won't go.
Okay, well, what's the thing? What's the thing? Let me see. What's the thing?
I can't.
I'm gonna put it on IG. What's the thing?
I can't.
I'm gonna put it on IG. What's the thing?
I'm just saying.
I got you. You on camera right now? So go ahead.
I'm just saying. Well, I can't take it out because the doctor told me not to lift nothing heavy.
Okay.
Told me not to lift nothing heavy.
I like that.
My back will go out and stuff like that.
My God. What are the big dick problems that guys have? Because we know that bitches with big titties have back problems, right? So What are the big dick problems?
You know, when you're getting older with a big dick, when you're older with a big dick, when I'm realizing, and I said this on the show before that I'm realizing my balls are getting closer to my body.
Also, when you get on the toilet, they sinking.
Yeah. No. Sinking is when you're older, when you're younger. But when you're older, then your balls come closer to your body. So I wonder what that is. Mm-hmm.
I thought they drop when you get older.
Once a man was a child.
And I'm a multi-jerkinal. I'm multi-jerkinal means I can jerk with either hand. So that's
that's really good. There's a lot of practice.
That's
switch
a
hands.
nice skill.
Oh, you ambidextrous in that
Why
area.
we don't like saying ambidextrous? We just like saying multi-jerkinal.
Can you get yourself off while her just sucking the tip and you jerking? Or do you need her to jerk and suck the tip at the same time for you to get off?
Wait. You should practice that. You gotta think about that,
right?
I'm. You know, it's so much, you know, to cover. So I mean,
so much to cover.
I mean, you know.
Okay. But listen, if she's good, she's gonna know what she's doing.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how much you got.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't.
You know, this is how I jerk off, Vanessa.
Oh my God!
Really? Will? Really? Do you see this, people? I can't. I wish
you need all that space.
I'm saying that's how big I am. That's how I jerk off, just like that. I gotta go back.
All of that space.
I'm saying, what's a rap that cats want to, if they want to sleep with you? What do they say?
Oh man,
like.
I could change your life. Let me take you on a date. I want to see my dick in between your thighs.
So original.
Your thighs.
I could take you out the game. I could turn you into a housewife.
Wow.
I'll marry you.
Do you humor any of them just to show them?
You know, like text wise, yes, but like physically go places, no. I don't have the hammer on me for that.
Shoot.
I mean, but you don't know. I mean, you're a businesswoman now. Like, I mean, all this little kind of talk in your ear. That's like little kid stuff right now. She on a level where she's, you know, you're behind the scenes. That's where it's really at.
It is.
It's
and
really
honestly,
behind the
for
scenes.
me, I've learned from my peers. Let me just say that I don't put anything past anyone. I've had a lot of females who I've worked with, who I've known to be in some, you know, messed up situations, to, you know, had stalkers, to have been raped, and, you know, all these types of things. And I am very, very fortunate. I really, really do. I'm very, very fortunate to have not been in those types of situations with my experience in the industry. So I don't take that for granted. And even for me being out of the industry, I'm like, people don't always just, even when niggas sell drugs, same shit. Like, niggas don't always leave the game with their hands completely clean. Right. You know what I'm saying? So almost impossible. So if you get a chance to do that,
right,
you gotta take that chance. Okay. You gotta know when to say, all right, I've had my run.
Right.
This has been good, y'all.
Right.
Even though I know I could stay and make more, there is more to be made elsewhere.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the problem with a lot of people have when it comes to their hustles, when it comes to being in the streets, all that. Some people just don't know when to stop.
It becomes comfortable, though. I think people sometimes get comfortable in what they're doing, and they don't want to, you know, they don't want to change it. Because change means work. Change means, you know, it's not always comfortable to change. So,
and that's why you have to have that motivation in mind. You have to have that goal in mind. Like for me, even going into this industry, I knew I wasn't going to be in it for a long time. I was in college. I was like, I stayed in it longer than I expected, and I did more than I expected. But I was just like, when I was in college, I was like, I'm just going to do a couple videos. Like I just want to buy me some like clothes. I just want to go out to the club. I wasn't thinking anything past that. You know what I'm saying? Because my parents, they sent me off to college, and no, it wasn't paid for. I was the first person in my family to even go to college, so I was literally just in college. That was it. Like that was it. You know, I had to figure out a lifestyle for myself.
Did you have any fantasy like fucking your teacher, or you actually fuck one of your teachers like in between?
I want to tell what I've conquered this year, but I don't want to upset anybody else on my life. Because I have to be careful what I say, because there are people who look out for me, and I don't want to accept these people. But I would like to say this. One of the things that I've always wanted to do was have sex out of the country.
Out of the country?
Oh, not in the United States.
Not in the United States. Shit, it took a long time for me to do that.
Why don't you just go right there to the Canadian border? If that's
just
the
go,
case,
just go to Toronto and
yeah.
just fucking fuck on the
or
border.
fucking go to Tijuana right there if you want to
I'll
fuck
tell
out
you
the
this much:
country.
I've only been to Toronto one time, and when you're at the border thing when you're crossing over, and you're driving into it. There's definitely a space to fuck somewhere in there because it's like a whole airport and it's just like a border that you're just driving across. So I'm sure somebody.
But have you fucked a teacher?
Have you fucked your doctor?
Oh, well, damn.
Never fucked a teacher.
What about the doctor?
The doctor? I've played a nurse, but I've never fucked a doctor. I've
Wow.
That was a nice one. That was a really nice one. I will say this: I did have a firefighter who was a sugar daddy for me when I was in college.
Oh,
He was
nice.
in Miami, he was like a legit firefighter, and he would just come to my dorm room, take care of all of my needs.
Nice,
Damn.
nice.
And
He used to axe that
dip off
ass.
into the night into his family on the other side of town.
You know
He
what?
used to axe that ass.
You know, he went home a happier man.
And
I was happy as well because I got a
got your
chance to flex at the club for the night because I had money. So
Right. One hand washing the other.
it works out for everybody.
All right, well, I'm gonna ask you a couple of quick questions. I'm gonna ask you a couple of
Please,
big breast
yes.
questions because you know.
Please, I'm
obviously.
struggling.
Yeah. So I mean, what advice do you give smaller-breasted women that want to get into the tit fuck game and stuff like that? How do you tit fuck? I mean, what's the
small
proper?
boobs?
Well, what's the proper way to
even
tit
people
fuck?
think if you have big boobs, it's easy to get titty fucked. There's more effort into it. You have to make sure the boobs are. You got to hold them to even be able to slide up against the dick.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also a back motion that has to go into it. So she has to move her back. What?
She gotta move
Yeah,
her
she got. Yeah, exactly. The funky chicken.
I mean, it's a skill. It is a skill. I mean, small or big, just like they say, dudes with small
Yeah,
dicks.
you just have to
doesn't-
put work
You
in.
just have to know how to skill what you have.
Do you tit fuck? Or
Do
have
I
you?
tit fuck?
Well, have you tit fuck?
When I used to date men,
Well,
but I mean, it wasn't my thing though. Like I only did it. I'm a pleaser.
Right.
So if it gets you off,
But
I'll do it.
That's where that's
Yeah.
exactly where I
Yeah.
come from. No, getting fucking my tits does
That
not
does
do
nothing for her.
Yeah, it does
Right.
nothing for me.
Didn't ask you. Didn't ask you. Vanessa, as you were saying.
No,
But right, it does. But see, these are the sacrifices that people make for their partners. They
Right.
want their partner to be pleased. They want their partner to have a good time. Even when somebody's eating pussy, they that person themselves, they could get something out of it. But the person who's on the receiving end is in a more gratifying position.
Mm-hmm.
I would say. I mean, this is just me speaking.
No, I do my work.
objectively.
I get off.
She's like
I do because I need to hear and see that you're getting off.
Right.
And that's gonna get me off.
Well, see, and then that happens too. Cause see, for me, I like to suck dick of a powerful man. For me, cause I like seeing a powerful man become weak and him.
Yes, yes,
It's like
yes.
a soft sore,
Yes,
and
yes.
I get off to that
Yes,
a little
of
bit.
course,
Yeah, so
of course.
It's a reaction type of a.
Have you been not noticing my chest has been sticking out the whole time?
I couldn't tell.
Oh.
I couldn't tell.
I
You
can't.
may
I
have to
can't.
poke it out just a little more.
I'm just saying.
But no.
I'm really learning and kind of like.
That's what we
I'm going
do
through
here.
process.
in the
And my subscription is still good.
I'm just-
Listen, I went on the X. I don't find what I'm looking for.
Now we can go to smaller tittied women. I mean, is it really possible to tit fuck with small
I
tits?
envy smaller titty women. You know why?
No, you don't.
I do.
Why?
These are the type of bitches who can be picked up. We're only calling them bitches because we don't know their names. Holla if you hear me.
bitches.
But yeah.
Don't
But
be fooled.
when it comes to smaller breasted women, they're just they could do more as far as being bounced around. Like a nigga could just pick them up, or a female could just pick them up, and they could be on top of it. They don't have to worry about being slapped by their own boobs.
Yes.
It's a different experience. Like for me, I have to be mindful. If I'm riding someone, I have to ride them a certain way so I don't get slapped. Because if I get slapped and my nipple touches my eyeball, like
are your nipples that big too?
Like, no, they're not that big, but anything that just slaps you in the face, it can fuck up your eyesight. You know.
Do you know someone that got hit with their own nipple?
Yes,
and is
I
gone
have.
blind?
I have.
She's an H. I'm sure it's happened once.
And you know, you want a female who has big titties. She wants to get excited. She wants to go crazy, but she has to be mindful of like, oh my God, I still have big boobs. You know.
Yeah.
But if a man is smart, if he's fucking a girl with big boobs, he'll like hold
them. Thank you. Just
He'll hold them. He'll just, you know, he'll put his hands there and just keep them in place.
The man who knows what he's doing. Hold them for her.
There we go.
Okay.
What did the baby say? He said, "I got manners. I'm gonna move your hair out the way." That kind of
That's
stuff.
what the baby said?
These things count. Okay, you have to be courteous in the bedroom.
Well, yeah, but
You have to care. And if you come on a girl's face, please get her a towel. Okay, please. Don't just come on her face.
Why can't we just stand there and look at that? Oh, look at that.
No, her eyes are
Look
burning.
at
She's
that.
going to need a towel.
They are.
If you want her to see again, she might need a towel.
And it's very gritty. Y'all shit is very gritty. I only know this because
But I'm just saying, this is
Is
crazy.
it gross if someone comes on your boobs? Is that gross?
I would prefer that because at least I'd still be able to see.
Right.
You look down at it.
When it comes to sex, though, should anything be gross if everybody's consenting? There shouldn't be any.
What are you asking
This
me
is the
for?
problem that I have with men. Okay, this is the problem. I love my dudes, but y'all be getting on my nerves sometimes. Y'all don't dudes don't like tasting their own cum. Like if he come in a female mouth, even if she go brush her teeth right afterwards, some niggas be like, some niggas will be like, no, I don't want to kiss you. So like they don't like to, but females, we could put our finger inside and we can, you know.
I be like, you know what? Guess what? I'm not doing again because if you don't like it, I don't like it either.
Right. You can't give me something that you don't want.
You can exactly.
Absolutely.
As fun as this may be, we'll have to take this up another time. We have 5 more minutes. Vanessa, it is always a pleasure to have you on here. Why don't you give us your social media handles
you guys,
so we can nut in each other's eye?
Yep. You guys can just follow me, Vanessa _Smilez with a Z on IG, and then all of the links and everything will be there. My Smile 69 Network Show podcast. We are coming to do some great things very, very soon, right over here. So we'll see y'all soon too.
Well, coming in, you make sure that you're gonna fuck with Vanessa. That you get to taste your own cum.
Yeah.
You'll love her Instagram. What's your
Fagboy Slim _A for S.
Yeah. What's A for S?
Androgynous for stud. Because I'm not a full stud. I mean, I do have a lot of feminine. My duality is actually very like 50-50. So I'm still very feminine. And then I have a little bit of masculine. So it's more androgynous than anything. So that is I. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And your boy Will Be K. You can find me on Instagram, Triple Radio Show, or WILLBEEKAY. You can also find me, William Kirksey, on Facebook. And like I said, I'm multi-jerk, and I gotta go to the spot because I've got things on my mind. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this has been the Triple Radio Show. No turning me to psychedelic masturbation. And this has been S.STREET Media. And just tune into S.STREET Media for all your different shows and kinks and fetishes that you may have. Triple Radio Show is where it's at. Everybody, see you next week on the Triple Radio Show. Of where Arrivederci did fuck.
I hope that.